One last look at Gifu as I make my way out of town. Didn't get to explore it as much as I wanted to, but I'm definitely going to be back. There's so much to see in Gifu, including the Oda Nobunaga statue. Today, my final destination is Tokyo, but I have a few stops along the way. This train was actually super crowded until it got to Nagoya, and then there was not only a change in people, but a change in the weather as I head towards Toyohashi! Toyohashi is another city in Aichi prefecture. It's about halfway between Nagoya and Hamamatsu, the biggest city in Shizuoka. I love the US spaceship. I think it's actually a pachinko parlor. And I love the kind of like street view. This might be my favorite kind of like overlooking a street view that I've seen on this trip. The station in Toyohashi is also really nice. I have this arch thing, this big open space, this pyramid. There's a lot to like see and get good pictures of. But I'm not here for the station. I'm here for the anime Too Many Losing Heroines, which is based in Toyohashi. I'm making my way towards this kind of spot that was seen in the anime and did not expect this giant mural of Anayanami. They also had displays up in the Shotengai shopping arcade next to the station. You see banners with all the characters going back. And it's right next to Seibunkan, which is a bookstore also right next to the station that's featured in the show. So they had a bunch of displays up and a bunch of unique merchandise that, of course, I got. I'm going to spin around here in a second to give their whole like kind of merch corner. And, of course, I got some stuff that I found out was like exclusive after I bought it. But also, I think I'm answering the "do you want a bag" question wrong, because I'm not getting the bags that I desire. Also, I took a train kind of further into Toyohashi. It's actually a nice small town. It is like 370,000 people, but that is kind of small for Japan. To come here to Gusto, which is a family restaurant and a chain across Japan. But this one is featured in Too Many Losing Heroines. This spot right around here is the same place the characters meet for the first time, even though the setup's a little different. Here you kind of like order on an iPad, on a touchpad, and the food comes out in this cat robot carrier. I love the little cat face. It looks so happy and it blinks. Even though it's 9 a.m., I got a Salisbury steak and some fries, because that's what Anna got in the show. At least the fries did. I always wanted to kind of try a Salisbury steak here. This one's filled with cheese, even though it doesn't really look like it's filled with cheese. And on the way out, they had a gacha with the little cat delivery guy on it, so I had to get it. Also, this street is also right by the station. Just a lot of cool stuff to see in and around the station. I think this might be the coolest station I've stopped at so far in Japan. Also had these kind of puffer fish on the ground, and because it's on the Shinkansen line, but not like a main stop, you see the trains kind of whiz by. Not yet. Not yet. There it is. And you see that cut because I was not patient. Beautiful shots of the scenery going past. Hopefully Alright, beautiful shots of scenery going past. I'm headed towards Tokyo, but there's one more stop I wanted to make, and that was in Fuji. No, I'm not stopping at Mount Fuji. I'm stopping in the town of Fuji, which is along the coast in Shizuoka Prefecture. There's a little Fuji cat, and you can see Mount Fuji in the distance, if it was not cloudy. There was this shrine right next to the station that was kind of neat, but it was closed. I actually stopped in my tracks when I saw these flowers, and I just had to get a video of them just against the cloudy sky and made it look really pretty. There's also a big industrial area, a lot of power plants stacked. I think there's a water treatment plant in here somewhere too. This is the only Fuji I'm probably going to see today, but the path from the station to the bridge I'm going to was really industrial. This looks empty, but this is like the busiest street in the world. I've kept getting ready to be pushed into the gulch. This here is the Yume no Ohashi Bridge, which is a scenic view of Mount Fuji. Here's a picture of what it looks like on a clear day, and here it is right now. It still has a nice overlook of the town. Here's a lovely shot of the river. You get shots of the power plant that I came from, mountains in the distance. And this is the other side of the bridge. Something about these like pictures that I keep seeing of like this bridge, the real captivating thing is like this side where like everything just kind of looks like slightly older, like 80s, 90s old, like it's frozen in time. And I think that's really cool and why I wanted to stop here. But we do get just a little bit of Fuji here, just the corner, but that's all we get. I think this evens out from how good the weather was last year when I went to see Fuji. Here is Shinagawa Station, and posted up here are these manga manners display that I heard about but didn't think I'd see, where they use manga characters to be like, hey, Be nice while you're in Japan. And here's Mitsumi from Skip and Loafer. Because I couldn't check into my Airbnb yet, I took a train to see something in Tokyo, and that something happened to be Tokyo Tower. There it is in the distance. Also, there's this kind of monument to pigeons, I guess? Good for pigeons? This is me getting closer to Tokyo Tower. I probably shouldn't have gotten it with a pole in the way. And this is the Zojoji Daimon, the kind of gate to Zojoji Temple, which is right in front of Tokyo Tower, as you see here. I love these kind of like straight-on views of temples. They make them look very big and epic. But it was actually kind of empty. It was like Friday afternoon at like 4:30ish. I thought this place would be more packed. Here is a collection of Jozu statues. These statues are meant to be representation of children lost early in life or in childbirth, and the little hats are there for protection. Here's a bigger shot of Tokyo Tower. I didn't go up because I was quite tired and just kind of wanted to get back to my Airbnb, so I hustled on back to where I was staying in Kita Shinagawa. It's only like a 15-minute walk from Shinagawa Station, but there's a station right here, and you kind of have to cross these train tracks to get to my Airbnb, but it's really convenient. And that was my day in Toyohashi and Fuji and Tokyo. But Toyohashi is the one that sticks out in the memory and is the one I wanted to highlight the most. Uh, I loved the Too Many Losing Heroines stuff. I love when towns kind of like go whole hog into like the anime that's based out of them, like Ashikita in Kumamoto, or the places around Eurocamp. I think it's really fun. Was not expecting it to be as Too Many Losing Heroines up. Too Many Losing Heroines up. I didn't think there would be as much Too Many Losing Heroines stuff around town, and I loved it. I actually might get the chance to meet the writer of Too Many Losing Heroines, because they're gonna be at Otakon this year. Not in like a "oh nice to meet you," but in like an autograph line kind of way. It's not like I'm certainly not famous. The Fuji view, I knew it was going to be cloudy. There was like the slightest chance that the clouds would clear as I was like going up there, because you saw it and be like, "Ooh, there's a website that says, can you see Fuji?" And they're like, "You might be able to see it around 2," and I was there around 2, and no luck. Someone saw me like walking back, kind of dejected. A Japanese woman was like, "No view," and I'm like, "No." But still a nice little town. Almost getting run over like 4 or 5 times walking through that industrial area. It was kind of rough. And I didn't know another way to get back. Like Google Maps, I tried finding another way that would get me to the bridge and to the station. That station only services the Shinkansen. There's a regular like Fuji station, so that's only Shinkansens in and out, which is probably why it's not as easy to get to other parts of Fuji through there. And then seeing Tokyo Tower was nice. It was like one of the only big landmarks I didn't see my first trip to Japan. So glad I saw that. And tomorrow, even though I'm going to be staying in Tokyo for the rest of the trip, tomorrow I'm actually making my way towards Sapporo in Hokkaido. So that should be fun. Until then, bye.